I really do like talking to my students, like in my physics X class, which gets all kinds of interesting people. And the ones I find the most interesting are usually the ones who don't play by the rules. I like the ones that are trying to get away with something. When I was a kid, I was always getting myself into pickles. I was always having to save myself. I used to be on this one course taught by this old bearded professor who always mumbled. Now, I would go along to class and he would mumble along and I would not understand a word. Now, one day, he came along to class and he said something about yeah, and everybody got excited. Everybody was turning to each other and talking, and I said he must have said something interesting, thank God. I wonder what it was. So I turned to the guy next to me and I said, what did he say? And he said, we have to write a theme and hand it in 4 weeks' time. A theme on what? On what he's been talking about for the last year. So I was stuck. Literally, the only thing I could remember from the entire year was a moment where he said something about stream of consciousness, and Feynman sank back into chaos. But this stream of consciousness idea reminded me of a thing that my father used to say to me. He used to say, suppose you're a Martian, and you come down to Earth, and Martians, they never sleep. Suppose you don't even know what sleep is. So you ask, how does it feel to fall asleep? Do your thoughts suddenly just stop? Or do you start to move and think less and less rapidly? Now I got interested. Where does this stream of consciousness end when you fall asleep? So, for the next 4 weeks, I worked on my theme. I would go back to my apartment, close the blinds, turn off the light, and fall asleep. But I watched what happened. Now, at first I noticed a lot of things that didn't actually have anything to do with falling asleep. I noticed that I did a lot of my thinking by talking to myself internally. I could also imagine things visually. Then, as you get more tired, you can think of more than 2 things at once. And then, as you get even more tired, your thoughts get cockeyed, disjointed, and then you fall asleep. So, we write our themes after 4 weeks of sleeping all the time, and we hand them in. And then our class meets up, and the professor reads one out that he really likes. And then another one. And then another one. Aha, that's my theme, I think. I saved myself again. This is all good for my lecture on what we know.